So I had nerve problems in my that would start at the base of kind of my neck and would travel down my left arm. And I had lower back tightness start the same time as that. Um, and I've had that for the last 7 years, coming up on 7 years.
Right.
Um, and how I got introduced to Hyperarch fascia training was my brother. I had
Yes.
I had never heard of you, and he was like, you've tried uh, all these traditional ways, and he's like, just give this guy a shot. He's like, it may seem unconventional. And, when I first watched the videos, I was like, I don't know, it seems a little out there. And then just from the assessment, when we had the consultation, I could feel, obviously it wasn't like I got better right away, but I could feel a slight improvement. And feeling my glutes and just like how my feet reacted to it.
Right. Right. So when we started the assessment, you were having how much pain that was traveling down to the index finger?
Yeah, so it could get as bad as, like an 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10. And I would have to lay down and just kind of wait for it to pass.
Right.
That means I couldn't do obviously any weightlifting, but that also means I couldn't do normal stuff like walking or just everyday, stuff until that passed. So.
Right. Right. And if you try to do, for example, deadlift, what would happen to your body?
Yeah, that'd put me out for like a week. Like that'd be a big no-no.
Right.
I'd get a lot of lower back tightness, and then obviously the nerve problems would start to spike up.
Right. Right. So like when you first did the elevated tall curls compared
Hmm.
to what you do now on the elevated tall curls, what is the biggest difference?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I feel my glutes a lot more. Huge difference there. When I first did it, like I said, like I could feel a little bit of change and everything like that, but it was mainly, I felt my feet on my right or on my left side. I remember feeling like my left hip flexor, like didn't even feel my, glute. And now I feel, my glutes, a good uh 6 out of 10 or so.
Yeah, that's really good. So in terms of the progress, like what week, obviously we have a lot of adhesions in the body, right?
Hmm.
Then they're gradually dissipated over this journey. And at what
Yeah.
week did you to see, wow, this is a big change in your body?
I'd say there was two big changes. One of them was the adhesions. I felt like, after about 3 or 4 weeks,
Mm,
we were able to bring most of that down, to like a 3 or so, at that point. And then I'd say as far as um, feeling, a lot better, more athletic, like everything's starting to work. I'd say around the 8 week sort of mark.
good.
And then it was just sort of steady progress from that point on.
Right. I mean, most people they wouldn't believe like if you tell them you don't lift weights. Did we lift
Hmm.
any weights at all?
No, no, no lifting weights. I mean, the most was probably a 10-pound medicine ball.
Right.
So
Right. And
yeah,
how do you feel playing basketball now?
I feel amazing. Amazing. Yeah. Like we were talking earlier, I feel like I was when I was in high school, just how I'm able to move. So yeah, that's amazing.
So like 14 years old again,
Yeah, exactly.
but with
Exactly.
a much larger frame.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. A little bit bigger than what I was. Yeah,
Right.
which has its advantages for sure.
Great. Great. And and in terms of the messaging that we had, um, like obviously your brother found it first, but
Hmm.
how did he describe to you that made sense to you?
How he described to me, so he's really big on both of us are exercising, and he sort of kind of has, I don't know, he looks for like the what he can improve on, the little things to help overall. And he's very interested in how the feet, it's really the start, the base of the structure, and you build off of that and everything above it gets better because of it. And so he was describing to me, it's a lot of emphasis on that foot structure and the arch and everything like that. And like I said, I was a little skeptical, but yeah, no, definitely pleasantly surprised.
Great. So now you have tried the training, you felt it in your own body. Like
Hmm.
how would you now describe hyperarch fascia training to someone who haven't tried before in your own
Yeah,
words?
in my own words, I would describe it as um, how we're meant to move, we're meant to uh, run and we're meant to jump. Like that is what humans are meant to do, and if we get back to that basic and do it the right way, you know, um, it can improve everything. And, I'm sure people who do this and if they wanted to, do weightlifting, I'm sure that they would be way stronger and that they wouldn't get injured near as much, because it's the right muscles doing the work.